Get started with Coach Traylor, JJ.
Jeff, what did you see on film after watching this last week's game?
Very proud of how our kids fought in the end. We're down 10 in the fourth and rallied back. Couldn't put them away on that last drive. And congratulations to Rice.
Jeff, looking at that last defensive drive again, is there anything you'd want to go back and do differently?
Yeah, obviously when it doesn't work, there's a lot of things you wish you could do differently, but it wouldn't do any good to speculate on any of that.
Jeff, you told us after the game that these are the kind of losses that can splinter a team. What have you seen from the group and their reaction since then?
Well, we haven't taken the practice field yet. Although they were all team meeting yesterday, obviously they're really disheartened. So I just know that was a devastating loss. And I've seen it splinter a lot of teams before. And it'll be important that our leaders handle this thing correctly and coaching staff down.
Do you, as the head coach, feel any kind of pressure to make any sort of tangible changes just based on the results we've seen so far this season?
Every game you're evaluating and trying to be better.
I know the last couple weeks you've told us the team is maybe not as far away as it might seem. Do you still feel that same way, or is there any different perspective after the most recent game?
I thought the penalties would be cleaned up much better. We worked really hard on that all 2 weeks. That was the emphasis of the 2 weeks, and that was disheartening. And then obviously the injuries in the game, that was disheartening. And then the way obviously our locker room feels right now after 2 weeks in a row battling back from fourth quarter deficits to have the chance to win the game in both of them and not coming home with one of them. That was very disappointing.
You mentioned the penalties. What led to the amount of false starts specifically, and how do you patch that up going forward?
If I had to analyze it, I would just say you got a bunch of guys up there that are feeling a lot of pressure to be successful, and it's just getting to them. I mean, they've ran more 5-backs and they've been held accountable probably as much as any team I've ever had since I've been here. And we usually have this cleaned up by now, and we haven't got it cleaned up yet. And it's still a work in progress, obviously.
The other type of penalties that you've talked about a lot is the more emotional penalties, like whether it's the late hit, roughing the passer, unsportsmanlike conduct. I guess more broadly, do you see an issue with discipline with this team, or how do you view that right now?
Well, I think you had to say that. I mean, the video shows you what it is, and we hit the quarterback late twice in this game, which has been something we've done all season. Had the hit out of bounds. Those are things that have happened periodically when you're coaching, but not with the consistency that we're used to. We've done here in these first 6 games. We're extremely disappointed about it, and it will continue to be a focus on our team.
Jeff, how would you evaluate the play of the defense coming out of this week?
They were good enough. Just we weren't great, and I thought Rice had an unbelievable game plan. They had a lot of times they had better calls than we did, and much credit to Coach Bloomgren. And I thought our defense was good, but just not good enough.
On the offensive side, did you guys change anything with Owen? He looked a little bit more confident this week.
No, it's nothing different. He just 6 games, kid gets better every week, and I'd say that you're getting to watch a young quarterback grow up right in front of your eyes, and there's going to be a lot of fun watching that kid play the next 2.5 seasons.
Jeff, we saw J.T. Clark, William McCoy, and David Amaral were all out in this game, and then I know D.J. Allen went down at some point during the game. What's sort of the state of the receiver room going forward?
Yeah, that's been really unfortunate the entire season. And whoever's healthy and can play Saturday, they'll be out there.
You've talked at a decent length about the offensive line injuries as well. Do you see a path to getting those guys healthy through the year, or are there any long-term situations or things you'll be battling the rest of the season?
No, Mekhi Hart is done for the rest of the year. He injured his left knee severely. Vinley is still up in the air. We don't know. So, obviously we lost Luke Lopez for the year during fall camp. It's a trend, for 5 years now. And we've got to really, it seems like every year we talk about this, though, Greg. So we've got to dive into what is the root of all that.
Yeah, I know you mentioned going through that process last year and evaluating a lot of different levels of the program and where that might be coming from. Have you learned anything about why that could be so persistent for this group?
Yeah, I think we've got it pretty much pinpointed. We just got to get it taken care of now.
Can you shed any light on that? What you're referring to?
I'd rather not. We'll keep working on that. It's common sense stuff. I mean, those are obviously it always starts in recruiting. I've always said that, but the developmental piece is obviously the piece that's not being handled correctly, and that always gets back to nutrition and strength, staff, and that's something that Ryan Philo and Dr. Compost and I and a nutrition staff, which we hope to get to, and a nutrition table, which we hope to get to. Those are all things that are in the plan to get done in the future. But fans don't want to hear about the future. Fans want it fixed right now, and I don't blame them.
We have talked a lot about Mekhi Hart through the last couple of years and his efforts just to get back on the field. What were the emotions like, and how is he handling having another setback like this?
He's pretty devastated. He's as low as I've ever seen him. He was playing through a right knee injury in a lot of pain, and now he hurt his left one again. And I hate it for that kid. He's been an amazing football player for us his entire career, all-conference football player, two-time conference champion, single-digit guy for years. I hurt for him. He gave this program everything he had, played through a lot of pain, and he's dealing with a lot right now, just in his head right now, and I don't blame him.
Is it accurate to say this is definitively the end of his college career, or is there a path for him to continue or to have an extra season somehow?
No, this will be it. This is his last one, and I'm sure he's ready to move on. He's got two beautiful children and an amazing wife, and we're starting to plan the future for Mekhi, whether that's coaching, what that looks like. But there's a special place in my heart for that kid, and he's been on my mind, on my heart heavily. That's second play of the game, man. He knew it. He never lays down. And when he was on the field, he told me, he said, "Coach, I know it's over." And he was right.
We also saw Joe Evans missing from this game. Is there anything you can tell us about what's going on there or his potential to return?
Yeah, he's done for the season as well. He got injured in the East Carolina game, and so he'll have surgery and begin his process for the NFL. His pro day, he has a real potential to play in the National Football League. I think he'll be a draft pick, and we got to start working towards that goal for him. Another kid that's all-conference football player, multiple conference champions, single-digit guy for years. Huge loss for our program, but man, another amazing kid. It's heavy on my heart, but he will get to continue playing. His is not to the severity. We can get this one cleaned up and fixed up for him, and he'll be fine for his pro day.
Was it a knee for him as well?
That is correct.
And then I guess generally what has to happen for UTSA to pull out of the state that you guys are in and some of the struggles you're going through right now? What are the next steps ahead?
I wish there was something that simple, Greg. It was just like a magic pill, but there's not. It's just a lot of work. Continue getting better. Defensively, we have enough pieces left. We could still be good there. Offensively, we got to figure out, what we have left. What can we do to give our guys the best chance to win the game? Really excited about how Tate Sandell kicked the ball. Really excited about how Kel punted the football. I think those are two very exciting pieces. Really excited about our young quarterback. There were some really bright spots in the game. Our kids competed so hard. They've not given up, and I understand the frustration everybody has. We have it much, much worse in this building. We're very disappointed and sorry for our play so far.
Should we expect to see Tate Sandell as the permanent option at kicker going forward, and what did you make of his performance?
I thought he was really good, and kid's been kicking well all year. We'll evaluate that and make a decision.
Is there anything you have to do with the team to help them keep a sense of patience and kind of keep focused on steady improvement and the things that it takes to get better?
Yeah, you just got to stay with them. I mean, you got to hang in there with those guys and keep finding a way to motivate them. Football's a hard game. And that's why, in my opinion, it's the greatest game. And I know I've shared with y'all a million times that I've coached all the sports, and it's the closest one to life. Life is very, very hard. And it's what makes football so wonderful, too, because a lot of people use football to escape from life. That's their 4 hours of their day or however long they give to the game. And when your favorite fan, your favorite team, doesn't play like the fans are used to seeing them play, that even makes that hard life they had even harder. And it's an interesting parallel of life and fans cheering for teams and teams trying to play well. And I've always found that very fascinating, how all this works. And I still stand by. You've got a great job when everybody's angry. When everybody wants the head coach fired and the whole staff fired, you got a good job. You can't have it both ways. You can't be the face of the city for 4 years, and then the 5th year and not be the face and not do correctly and not win and not have your fan base upset and furious. That means we got a good job and we've got high expectations, and that's the way it should be.
Do you have any insight on what led to the post-game scuffle near your sideline and how that situation played out?
Rice was very excited. They won the game, and they had never beaten us before, and and it got to our sideline over there, and most of our kids handled it well, and some of them didn't.
Did you see anything from the group that didn't that required any disciplinary action, or how are you handling that?
That'll all be handled in-house.
I know there's a video circulating with Cyrus Dumas in particular throwing a punch at a Rice player. Can you share anything about the response to that?
Very disappointed. It'll be handled in-house.
Anything else for Coach Traylor this morning? All right, thanks everyone.
Thank y'all. God bless. Birds up.